Hello, welcome to Simon Fraser University's Urban Studies Program Information Session. My name is Rebecca Saloustros and I'm the program's Communication Coordinator. I'd like to acknowledge that we're on the traditional and unceded territories of the Musqueam, Tsleil-Waututh, and Squamish peoples. We're broadcasting today from Vancouver campus at Harbour Centre. Shortly, we'll introduce our panel, but I'll begin by going through the slides and talking about our program. So our panel will consist of Brian Chan, SFU Urban Studies Manager, Professor Aude-Claire Fourot, Graduate Chair, Juanita Chimbandi, Graduate Diploma Student, and Professor Andy Yan, Fellow of the Canadian Institute of Planners. If I had to summarize our program in one sentence, it would be, Urban Studies is where you learn how cities function and discover how to make them better. We offer 2 credentials, a Master of Urban Studies and a Graduate Diploma. Most of our courses are held downtown at the SFU Vancouver campus. It's very convenient and accessible, easily reached by public transportation or on a bike. And our classes are held in the evening, and most of them are held in person. So our first credential is the Master's Degree, or MERB. This is a course and thesis-based program. You will take electives, and it's usually 4 electives. You'll take 2 thesis-related courses. One is a methods course, and one is a prospectus. In this course, you'll develop your research question, your research proposal, and at the end, you'll write your thesis and defend it. Our second program is the Graduate Diploma, or GDUS. 24 credits, and it is a course-based program, and that means there is no thesis. You will take about 6 courses, or those 24 credits, which I mentioned earlier. You can transfer later, if you're in the GDUS, to the MERB program if you so choose. So let's talk a little bit about our classes. We offer a small classroom setting, and we prepare students for various urban fields in high-impact change-making roles. It's important to note that we are not a planning program. We will talk more about this later. However, having said that, our alumni do have good success in planning careers. So our faculty, you will take your courses with award-winning faculty. Our program brings together research, policy, and also community engagement. You will benefit from hands-on experience and professional development in the classroom. So our students, so later Juanita will say a few words about our students, but in general, I'll say it's a very diverse group. They are connected really by their passion for cities and come from a range of educational backgrounds. Most of our students come from the social sciences, but we also have students in the arts, the sciences, engineering, and so on. Many of our students are already urban professionals, but others are recent undergraduates. Our students want professional credentials, but they also want to think critically about urban issues. Now, our alumni. Our alumni have successful and meaningful careers in government, nonprofits, consulting, and research. They're also community advocates. We have a very active alumni network who play a very active role in our program. They also mentor our graduate students. So we offer different types of experiential opportunities. The first is the Urban Innovation Lab, which will be discussed more later. And SFU has many field schools. Here we have a picture of our field school in Finland. You can also benefit from our amazing Graduate Student Association. They organize a lot of different initiatives. Here we have a picture of a symposium. You will be able to be part of this network and community engaged program. We also offer several networking and career opportunities. For example, we organize an Urban Careers Roundtable where we bring different alumni who advise students and present information about the organizations they work with. Also, as I said, we're located at SFU's Vancouver campus. So we are also in the intellectual heart of the city. We engage regularly with the media and community. So at this point, our manager, Brian Chand, is going to take over, and he will discuss how to apply to our graduate programs. He will then be followed by Aude-Claire and then Juanita. So thank you for listening to this point, and we will have a brief transition.
Make an offer. So the basic components of an application. Well, the first thing to do is to go. You can go to our website. There's a link in big bold red on the right side of our Urban Studies webpage. To click on, it'll take you to GoGrad. It's our SFU grad studies application page. There's a video there to kind of guide you through the application system and how to enter things, how to upload things. So it's a 2 or 3 minute long video. So I suggest you take a look at that. But once you log into the system, you create a profile. You log in, you enter your basic information, your name, address, schools attended. There'll be links there to upload documents such as your CV or resume, a statement of interest, unofficial transcripts, reference letters. So how reference letters work, there's some fields there to enter your referee's information and their email address. And once you submit those referee names and contact information, the system will send a link to your referees to either upload a reference letter or complete some fields which ask about your leadership capabilities, how they know you, how well you'll do in graduate programs, if you're fit for graduate programs, and that kind of thing. It's your typical academic reference letter template that they will receive. So yeah, that's one thing. If you're an international student, we do require proof of English proficiency. So we do accept IELTS academic. We do accept TOEFL. If you come from a country where English is the primary language, then you are exempt from English proficiency exams. But generally, yeah, we do have our minimums posted on our website as well. What else is there? So yeah, there's also transcripts. So transcripts, in order to get an offer, you could upload your unofficial transcripts. But once you are admitted, we do require your official transcripts. So you would contact your institution and have them directly emailing your official transcript to. There's an email address, gradapp@sfu.ca. That's also on that information's on our website as well, and on the GoGrad system. So you know where to how to order your transcript and where to send it to. So that's only after you're admitted to the program. So yeah, no, it's quite straightforward. What I suggest is you apply as soon as possible and get those referee. And usually, what holds applications up are referees not responding. So first thing to do is contact your referees. We look for 2 academic references from former professors or professors that you've worked with as maybe a research assistant or TA'd for. And then your third referee could be, someone a group you volunteered with, a manager there, or your employer, a manager or a supervisor. So total of 3 references. So if you have any questions about the application process, you could email me. So I'm at urban@sfu.ca. We also have a graduate program assistant. His name is Ali Mirjat. He's reachable by email, urbgrad@sfu.ca. But yeah, no, it's pretty easy to apply. The application fee is $112 for domestic applicants and $160 for international applicants. And you don't need, if you're an international applicant, you don't need to provide a transcript review from World Education Service or ICES or any other body. We do the credential evaluations in-house. However, if they're in a different language, we do ask that you get like a lawyer or notary public or an official translator to translate your transcripts and send over those translations to gradapp at sfu.ca along with your official transcript. Yeah, that's all I have to say about the application process. I'll pass it back to you, Aude-Claire.
Thank you. Yes, just wanted to say maybe like a few words if someone are still like at the undergrad in just at the BA and they have not finished their undergrads. We also have an accelerated master degree. So meaning that if you're the third or fourth year undergraduate student, you can basically take courses that's going to be counted toward your master degree. So they're just basically those courses are being counted twice, once for your BA and the second time for your MA. Again, we're happy to answer to any question at very soon if this is like your situation, and you can also look at this link here to learn more about that. And just maybe before starting the Q&A period, I know we're gonna have like Juanita was gonna talk about her experience first, but we would like to invite you also to our open house. And that will be held on November the 20th from 5:30 to 7 p.m. You can scan the QR code here, and so that should bring you to the event link registration. It's also maybe in the chat. Maybe we can put that in the chat. And it would be really lovely to see you in person in a couple of weeks. So thank you so much. And yes, I think that Juanita, you wanted to share a few words about your experience as an urban studies student.
And I came across Simon Fraser University and I came across Urban Studies, the Urban Studies website, and I just went through it and I loved what they were offering because I needed a setting that allowed me to update my knowledge and to contribute further into the social sciences. And with my background of public health, urban studies made perfect sense to me. And that's really why I chose SFU and urban studies. But it's been the best decision I've ever made since. Also, I needed a program that would help me balance school and parenting because I did come with my partner and with my child. And this program, the way it's set up, the course times, the times that we go into class, and the times that I'm able to do my schoolwork was a perfect fit for a person in my situation. So once I learned that, especially that the classes are at 5:30, that was perfect for me. And of course, the beauty of British Columbia was the biggest pool. That was a big plus into why I ended up choosing coming to SFU. Also, the strong interdisciplinary learning that's there in our department is unmatched. Like Aude-Claire mentioned, we have people that come from different areas and different backgrounds, and they all contribute into this big part of learning, and including our instructors, and it makes for a very conducive environment for any student, especially one in the social sciences like I did. But I am in class with people that came from finance backgrounds, that have even come from arts backgrounds, like Aude-Claire mentioned, and we're all thriving and we love what we're doing. Also, the instructors, the program admin is all super supportive. I love that you email, they respond. It's what I needed, and SFU Urban Studies has absolutely delivered. And it's also a very good learning environment. SFU, the Urban Studies department, is a very a small but very, very conducive learning environment, especially for a person in my situation that came with all these things that they also had to accomplish, parenting and all of that. And the program really helped support me through that journey. Also, I can go on and on about why I love this, but I think to conclude everything, I want to probably talk about the access that we have as a department to the alumni network and also to the amazing instructors that teach us, these world-renowned instructors that teach us. I think Andy Yang just joined. He's part of those instructors. Aude-Claire, everyone that comes from that's within our department is amazing, and that those are the people that we listen to, those are the people that train us. So that has absolutely been amazing. The networking, I actually was at an event this morning and I was able to meet other alumni that had been in my program and able to meet other people outside the program and within the same realms that we practice in. And that's the type of access and what I appreciate most, especially about the Urban Studies department. I will absolutely be sad to leave, but the time has come for them to let me go into the world, and I feel well equipped to be doing that. So I'd just like to also thank them for the time they've spent molding us as individuals and as the professionals that they'll be sending us out into the world. So thank you to the department, and thank you for listening to what I had.
Thank you so much. So we're going to start the Q&A. Hi, Andy.
So we have a question in the chat from Hi. His question is, hi, are there any courses in this master program covering urban planning and development?
Yes, there is. There is one class, like URB 630, which is, like called urban planning, I believe. Can't find exactly the title, but there is one courses. The title is, yes, Urban Development Planning and Policy, URB 630. I just want to say that we have, like, on the website, so if you Google Urban Studies SFU, you will find a document called the Snapshot of Urban Studies. And I really encourage you, and we can maybe also put that in the chat as a PDF if you want an easy access or just at the link. But it really covers who we are. So our curriculum, so all the courses are listed there. You have like data about what our students doing, what their research, so where they come from. So really, I encourage you to look at that. So yes, Rebecca mentioned it in the chat. Click here. It's like I think a 20-page document, so you should be able to find answers to your question. But of course, I'm happy to answer your question orally. So do you have more questions?
Yeah, there's a few questions in the chat, and I will read through this one. This one is coming from, and I apologize if I say your name wrong, Sarvnaz. Thanks for the presentation. I have a master's degree in urban planning from Iran and would like to apply for the Master of Urban Studies program as my second master's. Let's do these questions one at a time. Number one, do I need to submit translations of both my bachelor's and master's transcripts? So maybe Brian, you want to handle that one?
Yeah, so each year we get several applications from Iran. We know that the bachelor's and master's programs both operate on a 20-point grading scale. We'll take care of all the credential evaluations and conversions to the 4-point scale. In terms of translating from to English, please, do reach out to an official translator in your country or in Canada here to and send them your official transcripts to translate. And then after they translate, they could send the results over to gradapp@sfu.ca, and you could also have your school submit official transcripts by email or by mail to SFU. So no need to do the credential evaluations, but yes, please have them translated to English.
Yeah, the second part is, should the translated transcripts be sent directly by my previous universities, or can I send them myself?
Yeah, if they come directly from your former institution, or directly from the translator, directly to SFU, that's fine. We just can't have the student or someone else send them to us. So yes, that's no problem. Directly from the institution, yeah, because we don't want you paying twice for translations. If it's already been translated and filed away at an institution there in Iran, yeah, please have them send it over directly to us. Maybe, so the next question.
Actually, I was thinking the next question might be good for Professor Andy Yan. He seems very qualified to answer this. And maybe, Andy, you want to introduce yourself before answering the question. The question is, hi, really curious if you can briefly explain the difference between urban studies and urban planning.
Well, I think that's the core of some of our classes, is to actually talk about the differences between urban planning and urban studies. Hi, everybody. I'm Andy Yan. I'm an associate professor of professional practice here at SFU, as well as in urban studies, as well as the director of the city program. I'm actually an urban planner. I'm actually a fellow of the Canadian Institute of Planning, so I'm kind of deep into this. And I think that it's really, talking about the differences between urban studies and urban planning is where urban studies is really a focus in the study of people, that it's focusing upon the politics and people in urban spaces. And I think that where urban planning has a much more focus in terms of spaces, much more particularly in terms of land use planning, that you really kind of have this difference between, and it's an important difference in terms of the difference between urban studies and urban planning. But I think that being said, in many cases, you do have people with urban studies degrees working in urban planning situations, that it's important to kind of know that there's also a longer process or a different process in terms of becoming a registered professional planner, an RPP, and I think that is an important delineation that you can and often do with many of our alumni work in urban affiliated areas that may not necessarily be directly into urban planning, but are certainly shaping urban planning. Many of our alumni are themselves within a lot of planning organizations, whether they're in government, whether they're in the private sector. So I think that part of that is also depending upon what you're studying, what your particular focus within the program might be. That I think that's really that kind of discussion between urban studies and urban planning. I should incidentally mention that we do. I am part of a lecture tomorrow evening. That we have some tickets, some spaces available for those who are interested in perhaps one avenue of urban studies and urban planning. Talking about crafting the narrative at real estate and foreign investment in Vancouver. So that if you want to kind of look at what are some of the avenues of urban studies, that's certainly an opportunity there. And if you'd like to attend, feel free to email us. The event is currently sold out, but we can make room for you.
Yeah, and I think the follow-up question was, is there a pathway to becoming a planner in BC after graduating from the program? There is a particular, I guess specifically if you're talking about a pathway to an RPP, again, that registered professional planning, there is a pathway. It's one for which involves working in the field a bit longer than, say, getting a direct master's degree from a registered planning master's program. So there are pathways in either way, but by not necessarily going to a registered program, it's a little bit longer, but yet I think what folks have found is that they similarly are able to find some work in urban planning. Now, I think this is a great question for Juanita, coming from Julia. She says, can you name and describe a few of the courses that you find the most interesting in the GDUS program?
Oh, okay. The courses are actually not different from the ones that are served to the master students. So you sit in class with master students and if you'll be there as a graduate diploma student. The difference, as Aude-Claire said, is that they go on to do a thesis, and they defend their thesis. We would basically be graduating earlier than them. So, but the courses are the same, and you could take the research methods, and if you want to also take the presiding one, that'll be Aude-Claire, please correct me if I'm 696.
Mm-hmm. This
Yeah,
one is the prospectus course.
the prospectus course, you would have access to that. I think you'd have to ask to get into that one, but you do have access to all the courses, to the same courses that are taught to the master students. There's no difference in the types of courses or the weight of the submissions that you do have as a graduate diploma student. So the same expectations that are there for the master students in the course are the same expectations that you're going to have as a graduate student and doing a graduate diploma. And so it's if you go to the website, there's a list of courses. I think the calendar is up for the spring courses as well. So you can generally see what's on offer. Those are the same courses that we take as graduate diploma students. So if you are interested in taking a graduate diploma, you do the same course, submit the same assignments as a master student. The only thing you do not then do is write a thesis and defend your thesis.
I think also they want to know what courses you like the most when you go.
Oh, anything to do with sustainability in the label. That was, we took, I pulled them up here. There was Urban Sustainable Development. That was with Dr. Annika. And I'm currently doing Urban Governance with Aude-Claire. I'm finding that very interesting. So thank you, Aude-Claire. I got in thinking that it would be scary, and right now I'm enjoying it. So that's been interesting, just learning how the Canadian and other systems work in terms of the way they govern and the structures that are in place. And like Andy said, we're more people focused. So we're trying to always make sure that the people and that governance has the people element. I always joke around and say that in comparison to urban planners, urban studies, we are the heart of urban planning. So that's basically what we are doing in our courses. Another course I enjoyed was the 630 that was lectured by Sarah Robertson during the summer. That was that was 630 Urban Development Planning and Policy. I do have a policy background, so it was interesting just tying that into the Canadian backdrop and seeing how it ties into planning as well, because I don't have a planning background. So that was another interesting course to take. They're all interesting. I'll be taking one next semester, one of my final courses. I'll be taking one that is Indigenous Studies. I don't think that's the official title though.
It's Indigenous City Transforming Storyscapes.
Thank you so much. So I'm hoping to gain background information on the Indigenous stories of Canada and beyond. So it's everything. Like I said, I am such a fan of urban studies. I don't have anything bad to say, like, oh, don't take this one, because they're all excellent submissions in terms of what you're going to learn, what you're going to be seeing. We've got excellent instructors as well, so you're going to be excited about going into class, and the conversations that come out in class are very, very, very molding, building, and excellent. And just to learn how people think and also to then apply it to your situation or to your current work, that's always a plus that has come out of class. And of course, just also it helps like mold the future, because I do intend to go into planning. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. And like Andy said, it's going to be a long journey for me, but yeah, I'm excited for it. So with the graduate diploma, it's also possible to also go through that as well.
Juanita mentioned urban sustainability, and she enjoyed some of those classes. We also offer every other year, subject to funding and faculty availability, we offer a field school. So just this past summer, the students went on a trip to Finland, to Helsinki, Finland. It was held in the summer, in the late summer, in August. The title of the field school is Comparative Urban Sustainability. So if you're curious about learning how local contexts, languages, and histories shape urban sustainability practices and outcomes, looking at spending 2 weeks in Finland is incredible. Some great reviews and of that course. So that's a really popular one if you are able to travel and join the field school. It is limited. There's only 20 spots reserved for undergraduate students and graduate students. It's a cross-listed course. So yeah, you could, if you have any questions about the field school, please reach out. Also, one of the other highlights is our field trip. So every year or every other year, again, subject to funding, we offer a field trip, usually a local field trip. A couple of years ago, it was Victoria. Coming up, it's going to be probably Gibsons, BC, this spring opportunity. It's non-credit and it's optional, but yeah, you could spend a couple days out in Gibsons exploring. We're still putting together the agenda for that one, but it's a great way to learn more about some of these smaller towns. Next question here.
Yeah, there's some questions been answered in the chat, but I think Hai did have a question about, can the master's program be finished part-time?
Yes, that's if you are a domestic student and don't have any minimum credit or unit requirements. Usually it's 6 units to you have to maintain a full-time student status if you're an international student. But if you're a local domestic student, minimum, there's no minimum. So you could take one course at a time, and there is a term limit of nine terms to complete the program. So most students complete between 6 and 9 terms. There is a final research project which you have to defend, and that does take some time to get through and draft. So students usually finish up their coursework and then spend 2 or 3 terms wrapping up and defending their final research project. So part-time, no problem. Yeah.
Okay, so there's a follow-up question about the research or thesis requirement. How do students find their advisors?
Yeah, so each spring so you don't need to find a supervisor in advance. You could look at our faculty listing and see which faculty members are associated with which sort of areas, transportation or sustainability, and then when you join the program in the second term, we have this showcase day where you come in with ideas of areas you want to explore. We have all of our faculty members available to meet with in person on the Sky Bridge, where our Urban Studies office is located at Harbor Center. You come in, there's a form to fill out with which professors or faculty members you want to work with, and then you hand in this ballot. It's called a supervisor ballot, and Aude-Claire and the director and myself, we work together to place students with different faculty members based on their preferences. And so no need to pre-select your supervisor. We'll work with you to find you a preferred supervisor, and we kind of we have about, and there's one question about how many students are accepted each year. Somewhere around 20, so 15 to 20 students are accepted into the graduate programs. So between the graduate diploma and the master's, yeah, about 20. And
Also a question about students taking courses in other master's programs like the public policy masters.
yeah, you are. We do offer some flexibility. With the grad chair's approval, you're able to enroll in other graduate courses, so international studies, public policy courses that are relevant to the program. Yeah, just let us know which course or courses you want to take, and we'll work together to get you enrolled.
And are there any remote classes or online classes available?
No, I mean, not specifically with urban studies. There may be some remote options with other areas, but we do offer from time to time some blended courses. So where we alternate, 1 week in person, 1 week remote. So that's something we offer once in a while.
And are all classes after 5 p.m.?
Yeah, all classes are 5.
Most of them, yeah. Most of them.
Yeah, so the field school is there's a few prep sessions in the summer, and then 2 weeks in Finland. Yeah, there are some courses, like we offer an urban innovation lab, which the schedule does vary. There are some sessions that are 5:30 to 9:20, and then there's some sessions out at New West City Hall, so you may have to attend a council meeting, and that might be held in the daytime. So 1 week you might be at the council meeting, then the following week you're in the classroom. So you're alternating. So that's one course that's the schedule is a little bit different, but most of the time, yeah, 5:30 to 9:20, Monday to Thursday at the Harbor Center campus.
And does the master's program offer co-ops?
Yeah, so we do have a limited number of co-op opportunities. We do suggest you reach out to me, and I'll put you in touch with Lena Guo. She is our new co-op student advisor. She's located at Harbor Center. She's very flexible. She can meet with you to talk about the opportunities that exist in government and nonprofit and social housing. So there's some great opportunities there. But yes, yeah, we do offer co-ops.
Yeah, that's all I see in the chat at the moment. I was wondering, Andy, if you wanted to speak about any of the other events that you host, because you do a lot of events. I know the one you have on December 2nd is sold out at the moment. There's just a waiting list, but maybe, I don't know, you want to speak about that event that has to do with the author in Chinatown?
Yes, very much so. I think that we with both, I think, our partnerships with the with Urban Studies and the City program here at Simon Fraser University, that we're offering, I think, a slightly infrequent but yet frequent speaker series, and it's to kind of give various views into the urban environment in metropolitan Vancouver. But it's really, I think, beginning earnestly, and something that we want to kind of bring in and kind of see the various aspects of urban life in the city. But then I think it's also within the relationships with the city program. We also touch upon urban practice and the various practices in terms of, say, transportation, in terms of sustainability. That those are certainly areas that we bring in practitioners from the field. We also have, I think, what I'm working on is hopefully a kind of open night to kind of talk about emerging practices in architecture. So there's that element. So it's really, I think, a reason why you should join our respective mail lists as we and stay in contact with us, is that we do have these talks. We try to keep them free or low cost, low barrier, so that people can attend. I just posted up the talk that we have for tomorrow night, but then with the other, I guess with its demand, both events are are full. But if you email me, I think we can hook you up. Okay, there we go. We have a question about the mail list. I think that that's one way to kind of stay in touch, because I'd like to think that the program it's academic, but then it's also quite active in the community. That it's very much how I think the relationships we have with our practitioners, with our practitioners, and really with the larger urban world in metropolitan Vancouver is an element of the program. That it's one not only necessarily of academic study, but it's also one of applied and professional practice. So I think that's really something that is a feature of our program here.
Another feature of our program is the student association. So there's an Urban Studies Graduate Student Association. They plan some great networking events, some social events. They do hikes, they do pub nights, and that kind of thing. So feel free to join that when you're a student. It's a great environment. If you're interested in coming to see me, a tour of the building, maybe a class visit, to sit in one of the classes, to sample it, we offer pretty much an open door policy. If you're looking to meet with Dr. Fourot, myself, our director, Tiffany Muller-Murdahl, or Andy, or any other faculty member, we're glad to set you up with a site visit and just to make sure the program's a good fit for you. So we're here to help in your success and for growth and all that sort of thing. So any questions, please feel free to reach out.
Yeah, so you mentioned the Student Association. So maybe since we have the student representative here from the USGSA, Juanita can speak to that. And then we do have a question about some of the program prerequisites. So maybe Juanita, you want to speak first, and then we'll continue on after that.
Thank you so much. I do not know how I forgot to include that aspect of the amazing things that we do as our department. And one of them is definitely our association, especially as an international student arriving into Canada, not knowing anyone. They were my first social group, and they've definitely blossomed into friends and into comrades. And I love that about our department and about the university at large, because it's in every department, but ours is quite a small department, and that's one of the beauties of it, that we've grown to become family. And these events that we schedule, we've been to hikes. The last event that we had was actually a walking tour that an alumni, Robin Chan, took us through. We were in, sorry, I've forgotten the name of the neighborhood that she took us through, but those are the type of events that we have. They're constant, they're monthly, and we're also a big part of the planning committee for the upcoming local field trip that we'll be taking to Gibson. So I'm excited for anyone that wants to come to Urban Studies and be a part of this. There'll always be space for all of us, and you'll definitely enjoy the type of people that we have at the department. And please join us.
Yeah, the question about entry requirements or prerequisites. So there's a standard requirements like a minimum 3.0 for the master's and a minimum 2.5 for the graduate diploma. But yeah, we're looking for, we don't have any degree prerequisites, like it doesn't have to be a degree in technically like in Faculty of Arts or like social sciences. It could be from engineering, it could be, it's we accept students from all sorts of different areas. You just in your statement of interest, just kind of outline your motivations for taking on a degree like this. We're looking for students that want to study cities and urbanism and are highly motivated. So in addition to all the standard requirements, the academic requirements, we look for motivated students, maybe students that, even if they have like a little bit of volunteer or paid work experience, something related to urban studies, that would be helpful. But there is no, other prerequisite other than being motivated to study the subject area.
So we have 5 minutes left. So maybe if anyone on our panel has anything they'd like to say in the last 5 minutes, or if anyone has any final questions, now is your moment.
I should also talk about the directed readings that we do. Actually, I think some of the faculty members are involved in directed readings in case there's an area through which, say, our particular course offerings aren't something that you want kind of really go deeper in a particular subject area. So I have a few graduate students who themselves want to go deeper into things like transit-oriented development. Others want to go in towards the role of assessing the issues of regional planning, so that it's not necessarily we have in our courses, but yet they themselves, with their respective faculty supervisors, have kind of really honed in to a subject area, honed into a particular subject area that they want to kind of get a deeper reading to. And I mean, they're really neat classes because I certainly learn a lot in terms of the back and forth between my students and what they discover. I think that the other element is actually, for me, is also to acknowledge, I think it came down in the chat, the role of students who are still working. That I think this is one of the unique, I think, features of the Urban Studies program, is that as you can earn a master's degree, you can still work. I've known a few students, but I also have a direct student who is still working in a municipality, who they themselves are coming to earn a master's degree to hopefully kind of open up future career opportunities in their respective organizations. Okay.
Yeah, no, just maybe a few words. I put that in the chat, but if you, of course, like, you're welcome to contact us. You have the emails here, and also look at those two links. You will have all the details about the application. There is also like a FAQ, so please have a look at that. And again, there is the link to the snapshot with lots of information as well.
Yes, that's the question for me. Yes, we will be recording. We are recording this info session, and I'll need a little time to do an edit, but I think I should have it up on our website, and I will share it on social media next week.
Just wanted to mention that we do have some funding available for next year as well. So the sooner you apply, the better it is. We do have graduate fellowships, that would be really beneficial. The tuition is very inexpensive. It ends up, at $2,100 per term. Somewhere under $15,000, so that's quite reasonable. But yeah, no, we would love to chat with you. If you have any questions, please reach out. We can do a phone call or Zoom call or meet in person. We're totally flexible. Thank you.
Yes, thank you for coming, everyone. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Have a good evening.
Bye.
Thank you.